starts. The episode starts with Bart getting letters saying, "I'm going to kill you, Bart."
Right, I'm going to kill you, Bart, because doesn't she have a pen pal or something?
Oh.
No, that's something, yeah, she has a pen pal, and that's like, that's another, it starts with she has a pen pal.
She has a pen pal from someone in some Asian country.
Yeah, like a repressed country or something, and, Bart is like, thinks that's making fun of her.
Something like that, and then he gets a letter.
Right. He gets a letter, and it says, written in what appears to be blood, like, "I'm going to kill you, Bart."
But that's not how it starts.
Oh.
It starts, they're on a couch, Bart and Lisa, and they're watching TV, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right, they're watching
Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah.
And it's some Itchy and Scratchy episode.
That's the cartoon show they watch, right?
It's incredibly violent.
It's shockingly violent, and they always think it's completely hilarious.
Because they always die. They always die,
The
right?
cat always dies. The cat always gets it really violent.
Somebody always gets chopped up to bits.
That's the cat, Itchy. Or was it Scratchy?
Wait,
Itchy is the cunning mouse who always kills Scratchy, who is the cat. And Bart and Lisa always think it's completely hilarious. It's disturbing. It's awesome.
I think
It's so
the first time I saw that, I thought to myself, this is going too far.
Oh, it's absolutely going too far. It's so brilliant.
So
though. It's just,
I remember they're watching the episode and something.
they're watching it. It's shockingly violent, and Lisa is totally cracking up at Bart.
Yes, that's right. And Lisa is saying, like, "That's really funny, Bart. Why aren't you laughing?" or something. And Bart is full of gloom because he's depressed because someone is trying to kill him.
Oh, and then the doorbell rings, and it's the mayor.
Yes, and that's when Lisa gets the pen pal letter.
And Bart that's when Bart gets another death threat. And like no one, like everyone is really blasé about it, and like at one point he's just like, and everything is shot like Cape Fear. Like, so like they'll start on a shot and it'll be like, dong, and then sort of widen out like in this way, like the Cape Fear.
The
Like
second Cape Fear?
the second, yes, the De Niro. So it's like he'll open the letter, and suddenly it'll be like a smash cut on the letter, like, "I'm going to kill you, Bart." Doing. And then like he's sitting there and like it's an overhead shot, and he's got all of these letters on the kitchen table, and it's like wah, wah, wah. Oh well, yeah, that's the sound from the Cape Fear soundtrack. That's the wah, wah, wah.
Oh, right! Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah. So it's that, and it's all of them sitting around the kitchen table, and it's like, "Die, Bart, die! I'm going to kill you, Bart, da," and then there's one like written in pen, and he's like, "Hey, this one's written in pen," and Homer's like, "Oh, I wrote that one because for that time when." Bart, I wrote that one because for that time when Bart tattooed this on my butt. And he like pulls down his pants, and his butt is tattooed with the word "wide load." And the whole family is just like, "Ah!" and starts laughing for like a really weirdly long time. Like Marge, Lisa, and the baby, they're all just like, "Woo! Ah! Woo! It's very, I just thought that it was, that was funny that they would just take a break from the episode to laugh at Homer like that. Well, anyway.
There's a court case.
Oh, right, the court case. But before the court case, at the end of that sequence, you see a ketchup bottle spurting "Die, Bart, die" onto a letter. It's a reveal. And it's Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow
Right, played by
And
Kelsey
he-
Grammer.
Right, played by Kelsey Grammer, and then he
Isn't
takes
Sideshow Bob the one with the hair?
the hair. Yes, Sideshow Bob is
Clown.
clown gone wrong. Very. Very. Wrong!
Okay, but I thought Mr. Burns and a fish with 3 eyeballs.
Blinky? No, that's a whole other episode.
Mr. Burns runs the nuclear power plant.
No, I know that, but I thought, never mind.
You're thinking of the episode where the nuclear power plant is polluting the Springfield River, but Burns doesn't try to kill him. Not in that episode.
Excellent, right?
Excellent.
And so he's writing letters. Sideshow Bob is writing letters in ketchup.
And then he tastes the ketchup. Right before we go to a commercial, all evilly like, mmm. And then
he's on the stand.
Well. There's a brief montage. I remember there's a montage of him like working out and like all these menacing shots of him like lifting weights and then aerobic calisthenics. It's like 1 and 2 and 3 and then that's when you see the tattoos.
Wait, what are the tattoos?
Well, there are some tattoos because you see shots of him in prison doing because he only has 3 fingers. Because the Simpsons characters only have 3 fingers.
Wait, is it really only 3?
Yeah, that's.
Plus thumbs.
Oh, okay. That's so weird. I didn't know that. Yeah, but that's ignorance for you. Right?
Well, so because he only has 3 fingers, you see the tattoos, and they say L, U, V, and H, like.
Oh, that's from the
From.
Oh, do the right thing.
No, it's from Do the Right Thing is also stealing from.
Night of the Hunter.
Night of the Hunter. Night of the Hunter. The villain. He has love and hate tattooed on his hands.
It was also Robert Mitchum.
Who is also Robert Mitchum, who plays De Niro. De Niro's character in the original Cape Fear, who also plays in Cape Fear.
There's only 2 things in this world. Love and hate.
Yeah. Well, Sideshow Bob has love and hate, but it's L-U-V with an umlaut, and I don't know how they do the hate, but it's some weird they do some weird phonetic thing with the A to make it read love and hate.
And so we go right in after that montage, and then you see it's Sideshow Bob in court.
Yes.
And he's charming everyone in court. And doesn't Sideshow Bob have Die Bart Die tattooed on his chest? And is there a lady who's like, isn't she like, you have Die Bart Die? And he's like, no, that's German. It says Die Bart Die.
D Bart D. The woman in the jury box, she says, anyone who knows German can't be.
Oh, that's right. Anyone who knows German can't.
Anyone who knows German can't be a very bad man.
Anyone who speaks German, right?
And anyone who speaks German.
Could be.
Couldn't be a bad man.
The Bart, the. It's so awesome.
And then the prosecutor, the smarmy like prosecutor, that's a common Simpsons character. He's like, and what are your feelings about Bart Simpson?
That guy, right?
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
Yeah, and then he's like, is it not true that you repeatedly threatened to kill Bart Simpson? Bart Simpson. That spirited little scamp, and then, like all the lighting gets really dark. Who twice foiled my evil schemes and sent me to this urine-soaked hellhole? We take exception to urine-soaked hellhole. We prefer pea-soaked stinkhole. And then he's like, cheerfully withdrawn. Hey.
It's nothing. I thought I heard something. Bart Simpson, that spirited little scamp.
Right. Yes.
Hellhole.
Right. And then, right, so, yeah, so after that, he's pretty much free, after that.
Sideshow Bob is free and he's walking.
Right, yeah, and then it's him walking out of the courtroom, right? Yeah, it's him walking out of the courtroom.
Right, like parole.
And so he's free, and then it's again a spoof of scene from Cape Fear, like, all the Simpsons go to this movie theater, and Sideshow Bob is sitting in front of them with like a cigar, and just sitting there with a cigar, and like laughing even louder, like, ho, 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 ho.
The only thing I remember about that whole movie, Juliette Lewis like sucks Robert De Niro's fingers in a gross way, and he bit Ileana Douglas's face, right?
Ugh.
Right. Bit Ileana Douglas's face, dog. That's all I remember.
No, he kills the dog. Does he bite that lady's face?
Yeah. He bites her face off. But in front of Sideshow Bob, Homer is sitting there with like an even bigger cigar, just sitting there and laughing even louder than him, going ho 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 ho, and then Sideshow Bob is like, oh, now really, that's just inappropriate. And then Bart is like, he says, it's you! You're the one who keeps threatening to kill me! And Sideshow Bob says, what does Sideshow Bob say? Do you remember? Do you remember what the dialogue is?
No.
It's you, Bart says. You're the one who keeps sending me threatening letters. And then Sideshow Bob says, oh God, wait a minute. There's something I remember. I remember it's something where like he keeps meaning to say something dreadful, but it's like he says it linguistically wrong or something. Oh God, it's really hard to.
Oh, that sounds totally familiar.
Yeah, they say something along the lines of, you! Stay away from our son! And Sideshow Bob retorts like, oh God, this is torture. I know this is really funny. It's,
Oh, did you get it?
Well, no. But I just remembered. Well, the whole first act is who's sending letters, right? Yeah, so at one point, Lisa is like, I know who did. And so she calls up Mo, the bartender. She figures it must be Mo trying to take revenge for all the prank calls that Bart's been making. So she calls up Mo's bar, and Mo answers, like, yeah, Mo's Tavern. And Lisa's like, Mo, we know it's you, and cut it out. And he's like, oh my goodness, all right. And so he goes in the back, and there are all these pandas just hiding out in the back because he's been smuggling these pandas from China, and they're all sitting at these little tables like playing poker. And then he says, all right guys, the gig's up, you gotta get out of here, andale. And all these pandas just run out of Mo's bar like trailing poker chips.
Oh, right.
Here.
Come out.
I'm all right.
Come out.
I'm all right.
Get out here.
If I was going to blow you away.
Shut up.
Road Atlas.
For where? Whole country.
Thank you. Where are you coming from?
Framingham.
Framingham, that's,
Massachusetts.
Which part of the state?
it's up near Holliston, right?
Yeah, near. It's in the eastern part of the state, near I-90.
How'd you come down?
Well, I went over to Boston first.
How is Boston?
Boston's a mess.
How bad is it?
Yeah, it's really bad.
I have a sister.
I didn't see any women. I'm sorry. I got there and I got out of there.
And then which way?
I cut down 24 over to Brockton. I was hearing rumors of barricades forming near Bridgewater, so I cut down 95 towards Providence. Providence was deserted. Weirdly, like not even a lot of bodies.
I heard they got hit pretty early. Maybe the government cleared people out.
Yeah, maybe. It was eerie though. I got out of there in a hurry. I thought I should head up towards Stanford, so I screwed up.
Wait, Stanford. My wife was in Stanford on business. She had just checked into the hospital there when the city was put under
I
quarantine.
didn't actually go into Stanford. It was burned through, but there were people in the area.
got getting hot.
Wait. Let's do this. Let's do this properly, all right? I think it's important that we do this properly.
Right.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. Do you want to start?
Don't you?
No, I'd rather give it a minute. You go.
Okay. All right. H. Harrison, Maureen Harrison, John Harrison, 6465. You're not going to open that?
I've got a really good memory. Trust me, I really do.
Holmes, Mel Holmes, that's a woman, 38. Kay Kapner, Tim Kapner, Lisa Kapner. They have 2 sons. Paul, he's 5. Noah, 7. Is it all right if I just look?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I had to,
Of course.
L, Amelia Larkin, 14. W, Miriam Westerbrook, 36. And this one's crazy because she was in California.
It's not crazy people got out of California.
It's crazy, but she's my best friend since college. Celia Campanelli.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry.
Do you want to?
You can. Go ahead.
D to Paul, Elizabeth to Paul, 32, Cameron to Paul, 38, E. Arjun Edwards, 22, I. Ingracia, Lou Ingracia, 39, Jack Ingracia, 12, Stuart Ingracia, 6, Abby Ingracia, 8 months, L. Sarah Lewis, 29, Eric Schenker, 40, Timothy Wald, 42.
No.
Jenny?
Okay. B. Butler, Angela Butler, 71. Sharon Butler, 36. This is Boston. Richard Butler, 42. C. Cohen, Muriel Cohen, 17. Nina Cohen, 19. Raoul Cohen, 15. G. Garber, Mark Garber, 39. Casey Martin, 39. Rolo Martinez.
Wait a minute,
50.
Casey Martin.
Casey Martin.
I got a Casey Martin.
He's got brown hair, almost 6 feet.
Brown hair, tall. Yes.
Glasses.
Yes, glasses.
Glasses and brown eyes.
Glasses. I don't know about the eyes.
Lean. He's got a lean build.
Bethesda.
He's in Bethesda.
No. He's from Bethesda. Briefly before that, D.C., Scranton for college, and then before that, Belmont, a tiny town in Maine.
Oh. Fuck. Okay. Okay, that's not him.
He was working for Johns Hopkins Hospital in Records Administration.
Yeah, that's really not him.
I'm sorry.
I haven't talked to the guy in over a year anyway. I don't even know why he's on my list. Do I have more? That was my 10, right? Or do I?
I wasn't counting.
I can do more.
Oh no, I have one more. Charlie Bernard, 6 69, my crazy uncle, schlumpy, weird. I know you don't have him. Sam?
H. Linda Hopkins 52, S. Ginny or Virginia Scott 60. That's it? I come from a small town. I know about everybody else.
Oh, and we're also looking for,
We're also looking for Becca Wright, 12. You don't have her.
No.
I know. Thank you.
All right, so you guys are doing 10.
Isn't it 10?
It seems like in the last week or so, people are knocking it back to 8. Mine are E. Evans, Peter Evans, 70. Estelle Evans, 48. Richard Kahn, sorry, that's K. K. Kahn Richard, 35. L. John Llewellyn, 37. S. Nolan Scott, 36.
Okay, wait. I have to write out a new book. I didn't leave enough room for S's. Okay, no.
Lilia Suarez, 35. Petra Suarez Evans, 2. Cynthia Warner, 52. Francis Warner, 22. And Noah Warner, 27.
Nope. Sorry.
no, sorry.
No. I'm sorry.
Are you hungry?
I'm all right. Thank you.
Beer?
Yes. Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
I'll get it.
So how long have you been moving?
About a month and a half. I've been stopping here and stopping there, but mainly I've just been going. How about you?
Well, I've been here about a week. I'm from Baltimore. I left 11 weeks ago. I was in Wilmington for a while until about a month ago. And then I was really on the move for just about 3 weeks.
I got here about 4 days ago. I was in New York, then at my mother-in-law's cabin in the Catskills, but I had to get out of there about a few weeks ago.
I live here. Well, I lived here. Or, no, I live here. Right over there.
String cool.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Pleasure. You came down Stanford on 95?
No, I cut over 84 towards Richmond. You guys heard the Millstone plant went up, right?
Millstone, what's that? Is that a...
Nuclear, yeah, at Waterford.
Where is that?
It's on the coast near Mystic.
Well, I don't know. I only know the movie title. That's
It's on the northeast corner of the state near the border with Rhode Island.
so. That's how many miles is that?
Well, it's over 150. It's
So that's fine, right?
yeah, 170, 177, 178. I can check my atlas if you'd like.
You weren't there?
No, but I was with some groups coming from there.
They were there when it went up?
They were just scared. You know, they were about 20 miles out when it happened, but they ran into some groups coming from the area that were in some pretty rough shape.
But that's fine.
Well, it depends on the weather, on the wind.
No, but over 150?
I heard 10. I heard 20. I heard 50 miles, but only for a few days. I heard 50 miles, but only for a few years. I heard 100 for 100 million years. I just stay away when I know how to stay away.
186.
That's Waterford. We're fine. There are other plants much closer. Well, there are.
You cut over to 84?
I cut over to 84. There are barricades from just east of Hartford until, well, I don't really know where. I cut the whole scene a really wide
I
berth.
heard that Pennsylvania. I heard that all of Pennsylvania. I heard that Illinois.
I don't think that's true. I think that's just a crazy rumor. I do.
There are a lot of crazy rumors. And then from 84?
I heard that there are hundreds of plants. Hundreds of them. I didn't even know that.
No, that's definitely not true.
Plants all over. Plants, you don't even know where they are. There are so many.
There's like a dozen. In the whole country, at the most, like a dozen. 20 at the most.
I heard hundreds.
The plants are in the eastern part, mainly.
It's not like it was sudden. There were weeks and weeks and weeks where it was pretty clear. They had weeks and weeks and weeks to plan for this.
Yeah, but you know, I think there was a lot of pressure though to keep the plants going, to keep the grid up. You know, they were so worried about the grid going down and everyone freaking out.
On the news, there was this guy saying in a lot of places they just didn't have the personnel. You know, you can't just shut these down and walk away. You have to have people, hundreds of trained people to meticulously stow away the material. They may have waited too long until a lot of those people got sick.
I didn't see this. When was this?
It was local. It was one of the last broadcasts they had before everybody started going off the air.
People are not competent. Can I just say that? People are not competent.
I met this guy at the Walmart. We were talking about duct tape. There isn't any left at the Walmart, of course, and I never got any before because I thought, well, really, what's the use? And now I'm sorry because it's handy. And I hate going to the houses. I'm not good with the stink. Anyway, we were talking about where we still have it, and he had a really good suggestion, which is the janitorial areas at schools. Anyway, so we were talking about duct tape, and he said he had a cousin who works at a nuclear power plant, Oyster Creek. It's near Asbury Park. And he said...
Where is that? Where's Asbury Park? How many miles from here?
It's around 100 miles.
100.
Well, actually, Indian Point is a lot closer.
How much closer?
About 30.
What did he say? The guy? You ran into him at the Walmart and he said,
that what happens is when the plant operators take the plant offline, that the cooling pools, which is where
Yeah. Mhm.
that the whole system continues to operate. The radioactivity, the rods are fine, basically, for as long as there's electrical power to the plant. They sit there, it's fine. And when the power goes out, they have these massive generators that continue to power the plant for weeks. And then they run out of fuel, and the electricity stopped, and the fires started, and everyone is really distracted. And he gradually realizes, I don't think anyone is thinking about this. And the weeks are kind of ticking away.
The fires were before.
The fires? No, the fires were after.
The fires started before the grid went down.
The big fires, the crazy explosions, those were after.
Not where I was.
it depended on where you were.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm just, All right, then. Before, after, before, I'm sorry. He realizes no one is thinking about it?
Yeah, he's thinking about it. So he decides, okay, it's on me. So he formulates this plan where he's going to go to the plant, he's going to stock on fuel, he's going to find the generator shed, and he says the shed's going to be locked because when people are panicking, they aren't thinking, they just lock. We're going to bring a crowbar, I'll break it open, I'll pry the fuck out of it, I'll bust it open, and that's what I'll do, right? For months. That will be my task. This is what I will set my mind to refueling those massive generators until they break down, because stuff always breaks down, but at that point, I guess at that point it's different. The radioactivity has settled, or the worst of it has bubbled away. He was excited. It wasn't clear.
it's still radioactive. It's still just as radioactive for like 100,000 years afterwards. It's still just as radioactive.
Yes, but I think he thought the gases wouldn't build up or whatever. There wouldn't be this issue of explosions or plumes and...
But he knew what he was talking about, right? He knew.
Yeah, but did he? His cousin worked at the guard box at the gate. I mean, he had these terms, and what he told me was he had gone to do it. He was living 15 miles from the plant. He walks. It takes him a day and a half because, anyway, he walks it. He gets there. He's at a gas station a mile from the main entrance. It's this utterly gorgeous day. He's siphoning off one of the tanks. He's got containers. He has a dolly or what are those where it's like two planks like this on wheels and it usually has like strips of carpeting on it?
Yeah, that's a dolly.
Okay, yes, so he has a dolly. He's got the containers of gasoline. He is determined. He's set. He's ready to go. And he has a flash, like a very vivid, just like how you would picture something. A waking fantasy. He can see himself at the front gate of the plant, and there's Reactor A right above him. But he doesn't look at it. He presses on and up the roadway until he's at the shed, the service shed. And so, yes, so he's totally picturing himself busting at the lock until he busts it open, and this shed, it's vast and shadowy, and inside is this hulking generator. And he's maneuvering the dolly when he realizes there's no noise in the shed. All these big machines, and it's so quiet. So he lowers the dolly, he steps inside. There's the generator. He touches it. It's cold. Dead. Too late. And his heart is pounding, and he gets a flutter in his stomach, and he thinks, what is this? Is this adrenaline? And then he thinks, probably not. And this ache starting up in his head.
Wait, this is how you know? Is this the first headache?
This is just what he said. He's got the ache and the stomach, and he leaves the shed, and there's the reactor right there, half in the sunlight, and now he gets the first wave of nausea, and he realizes he's shitting his pants, and this is weird. He doesn't want the reactor to get to watch him die. So he starts off back down the road, and he thinks, all I want to do is get around that curve up there, just so I'm out of sight. Feet's just carrying me that far. Feet don't fail me now. And this is the point where he snaps out of it. It's the end of his vision. He's still standing at the gas station with his containers and his dolly, and he looks up the roadway leading to the plant, and he knows he can't do it. He drops his siphon and just walks away. He said it's not knowing. That's the problem. He said, I think I can handle anything if I know what it is. I just can't manage the dread. And then we talked about duct tape. I have a box of it. You're welcome to some if you'd like.
Oh, I'll stay away, all right. I'll stay away forever! No, that's the line! That was the line! Oh,
Thank God, right? I was going to blow you away. I
Yeah.
swear to God.
Yeah, that was it.
I'll stay away forever.
Then he says, and Martha's like, oh, you're an awful man. And Bart says, it's you! You're the one that's trying to kill me. And then Martha says, oh, stay away from my son. And then Sideshow Bob says, oh, I'll stay away from your son, all right. I'll stay away forever. Yeah, and that like freaks Homer out. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then Sideshow Bob is like, oh, no, that's not appropriate. And then like storms off stage and is all frustrated. It's great.
Can you do that with the rest of the episode?
Oh, yes.
No, I can't.
No,
I wish I
you
could, but...
underestimate yourself. That was brilliant.
That was so good.
I've actually never watched an episode of The Simpsons all the way through. Okay, that bit was from an ex-girlfriend. She was a Simpsons fiend. You know, she was always quoting from these episodes, and she had this little sketch. I would say, like, hey, can you stop drumming your fingers? And she'd say, oh, I'll stop drumming my fingers, all right. Stop drumming them forever. You know, it was completely annoying, but she knew every single episode. She was always quoting from them. She's the one you guys want.
I'm Matt, by the way.
Gibson.
Jenny.
Maria.
Sam.
You were in the middle of an episode.
We were. We were in the middle of the episode.
Where were we?
Pandas.
Pandas. Right. Yes. Pandas.
And Mo was shooing them away. On belay.
That was so much earlier. We were actually...
Movie theater.
Right, we were at the movie theater.
Oh, I'll stay away from your son, all right. I'll stay away forever.
So good.
And then he goes off.
And then he goes off, and then next, it's,
They're on a houseboat, right?
Yep, the
On,
houseboat.
Is it Cape Fear in the cartoon?
Terror Lake. It's Terror Lake.
And there are piranhas.
Yes, there are piranhas.
He's running, right? From the piranhas, he's running and...
Yes, he's running, and, and he jumps on the houseboat. And then he, like, cuts the line, and there are, he's going to, and he's got a machete. And he takes Bart. He takes Bart out of the hold, onto the deck, and then Bart, like, runs all the way to the back of the deck. And he looks over the railing, and there are crocodiles.
Oh, right, the crocodile.
Yeah, and then the crocodiles are just jumping up and, like, snapping at him, and he says, oh no! And so he, like, runs to the front of the boat. and then he like looks over again, and there are all these piranhas, and he's like, oh no! And so he runs again to the back of the boat, and he looks over, and there are all these crocodiles, and he's like, oh, right.
But I think we're forgetting. I think there's a cactus before.
The road trip on the way to Terror Lake.
They drive for Cactus Patch, right?
Right,
They
right.
drive for Cactus Patch.
And then Homer's like, hey everybody, want to drive through this cactus patch? And they're all just like, yeah! Wild Sideshow Bob is hanging on underneath the car, like, oh. Yeah, that's right. They're watching, they're listening to Gilbert and Sullivan, the three little something schoolgirls we, three little mates from school are we, something. Yeah, they're listening to Gilbert and Sullivan.
Because, yes, at the end.
Oh yeah, because at the end. Because at the very end, Sideshow Bob performs the HMS Pinafore. The entire Gilbert and Sullivan opera.
And at some point, him and Bart are doing a duet together.
Never.
Oh,
Never.
that's like one of the-
No, never.
And then what's never? No, never. And then he's like, what's never? Well, hardly ever. No, never. And then Sideshow Bob is like, sailors never get sick at sea.
I'm never sick at sea. What never? No, never. What never? Well, hardly ever. I'm hardly ever sick at sea. Right?
Yeah. Oh, aficionado, eh?
Worse than that, I'm afraid I belong to a small amateur society.
Does that mean you can do schoolgirls?
I have played the poobah in the Mikado.
Twice.
Oh God, let's hear it.
Are you sure? Because the sad thing is you only have to ask me once.
Yes.
3 little maids from school are we, pert as a schoolgirl well can be, filled to the brim with girlish glee. 3 little maids from school, everything is a source of fun. Life is a joke that's just begun. Nobody's safe, but we can't pour none. 3 little maids from school. Bum 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 bum. 3 little maids who all unwary come from a lady's seminary, freed from its genius tutelary. 3 little maids from school. 3 little maids from school.